afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 45th Annual ASVB Awards Banquet and Ceremony. We're very happy to have you here virtually, and we hope you enjoyed the opening segment with this platform from Remo that allowed you to circulate amongst the room and say hello to some of your friends and colleagues. So hope you had a good time. And we will have a very brief event today in honor of this unusual way of doing things. So just a little bit of housekeeping. Your hosts today are myself. I'm Mark Ritchie, President of Ritchie Commercial Real Estate. I'm the current board chair of the ASVB Board of Directors. So I am the Master of Ceremonies today. And then our other hosts are John Yandel of Newmark and Drew Arve of Cushman and Wakefield. So we'll have a few remarks. We'll have a presentation of the awards. We'll also have a segment where John Yandel goes over our charitable fundraising efforts this year, thanks to all of you. So welcome very much. And it's an unusual year to say the least, but we're not going to dwell on that. I did want to take a moment of gratitude just to recognize the struggle that this world has been through and that we're now coming out of. We're pre-recording this a little bit early, so hopefully the COVID news is even better the day that you are all able to celebrate the incredible accomplishments of those within our brokerage community. We work in a very resilient market in Silicon Valley, so I think part of that gratitude is just thanking for the market we work in. When you look at the collective achievements of the brokers, the nominees and the winners, it's absolutely astounding given the halt of business in 2020. We also like to recognize each year of this event those who have passed within our community. Given the limitations of this presentation, we're not going to have a formal memorial for those who passed, but we'd like to recognize especially Joe Lewis of Orchard Commercial and Jim McPhee, who was most recently of Colliers, for their passing. These were two great people. Joe Lewis was a long-term supporter of the ASVB and our fundraising efforts and really a pioneer with us in that. And Jim McPhee was a well-known broker and community figure.
I'm Drew Arve, and I echo Mark's condolences for those that we have lost. The day after we filmed this presentation, we learned that we lost another colleague and friend. 10 days ago, we lost Ken Candelaria of Cushman & Wakefield. It's hard when those that we're used to seeing every day are suddenly gone. They will live on in our fond memories and in our hearts.
So next year, when we're all gathered in a live setting, we are going to toast their lives appropriately, but we wanted to just give our best wishes to their family and friends for their passing. This is all brought to you by a very dedicated volunteer board of the ASVB, of which I'm currently the chair. And the board is made up of those who are managers or owners of the brokerage firms that participate. And it's a very homegrown community we have, but I do like to emphasize that we feel that the collegial nature of the brokerage business in Silicon Valley versus other markets, a lot of that you can trace to the roots of the efforts of the board, of this event, and of our community fundraising for the very worthy charities. So I want to just take that moment to plug the ASVB itself and thank you to all of our constituents and our members and our friends who are on this unusual event, which is free to all, and I hope many have stepped in to see what it is we try to do for the community in need in Silicon Valley. We have a special guest who is going to drop in on me now, someone we all know who is a great leader of this great city. And again, I think we should all be grateful for his leadership. It's a very tough time to be in public office. It's kind of a no-win situation is the way I see it. So I'd like to take a moment to welcome our friend, my good friend, the Mayor of San Jose, Sam Liccardo.
Good evening. I'm Sam Liccardo, the Mayor of the City of San Jose. Thank you for allowing me to interrupt a perfectly good awards banquet with some relatively useless information from a local politician. I want to congratulate Mark Ritchie for his recent election as president of the ASVB. In the words of a former president of ours, I understand that the election was rigged. Nonetheless, Mark, congratulations and thank you for your continued leadership in our business community and in our larger community. And of course, thank you to each one of you for your generosity in supporting many great charities the ASVB continues to support through this banquet and through many of its other outreach efforts. We're grateful for the work that you do when you're not working at your desks or at home. And of course, the work that you're doing is so essential for my city and for cities throughout this region. Thank you for continuing to market San Jose to the world. We're very eager to get on with a world post-COVID. I know as many of you are, and we're certainly gratified to see the CBRE's recent ranking of San Jose as the metro that is #1 in the country for post-pandemic investment and development. We know you'll be out there with us selling San Jose to the world. Thank you for all that you do.
Sam, thank you for your inspiring words and humor. And again, we're grateful for all you do for the community, and we look forward to continuing to cooperate with the city of San Jose from the commercial brokerage community and all that you do for us. Our first category, and in many ways the most important category, because Phil Mahoney might not live forever, is the Rookie of the Year Award. And we award this each year to 3 brokers who have been in the business for just the full calendar year prior to the awards event. And this is significant because this is not an easy industry to get into, and we have some stellar nominees this year. The 3 nominees for Rookie of the Year in the ASVB annual awards are Connor Boone of Newmark Knight Frank, Grant Malin of Newmark Knight Frank, and John Teal of CBRE. These 3 nominees in their first full year in the commercial real estate brokerage business combined for a total of 31 transactions of 750,000 feet for a total consideration of $267 million. This was in 2020, the year of the pandemic. So I think all 3 nominees deserve an absolutely outstanding round of applause for their achievements as the nominees for Rookie of the Year. The winner for Rookie of the Year 2020 from the ASVB is John Teal of CBRE. Congratulations to you, John. And here's John with a few words.
Thank you, ASVB, for the Rookie of the Year 2020 award. It means a lot. I want to thank CBRE, first of all, for supporting young brokers coming into the business. I want to thank my senior partner, Jeffrey Henderson, as well as the land services team, Mark Russell, Greg Poncetta, and Jeff Aguilar. I'm grateful to all of you for having the opportunity to work with you last year in 2020, and looking forward to doing many more projects to come. 2020 was a struggle. We all had to be socially distant, work from home, learn how to use Zoom. The silver lining for me personally was getting to wear my slippers to work every day, but I am looking forward to 2021 coming back. Thank you again, ASVB. This does mean a lot. Thank you.
Congratulations again to John Teal of CBRE for Rookie of the Year. The next category is land. We still have land in Silicon Valley. Sometimes we think we don't. And it seems to me about every 10 years somebody says we've run out of it. But incredibly, and again, this very special year of 2020, the 3 nominees for Land Broker of the Year sold over 155 acres of land in Silicon Valley for over $750 million in transaction value. The nominees for Land Broker of the Year are Jeff Aguilar of CBRE, Brian Mattioni of CBRE, and Walt Stevenson of Cushman and Wakefield. And the winner of the Land Broker of the Year for 2020 is Brian Mattioni of CBRE. Brian, give us some of your words.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the recognition as Land Broker of the Year. I want to give a special thanks to Bill Ryan at Barry Swenson Builders and Will Parker and Don Little at Trammell Crow Corporation. And I also wanted to thank my fellow CBRE brokers and the management team at CBRE who remained thoroughly connected during a year of distance. Cheers to 2021 and the end of the pandemic, and to record-breaking attendance face-to-face at this year's ASVB golf tournament and next year's ASVB award ceremony.
Thank you, Brian Mattioni of CBRE, and congratulations again on your award as Land Broker of the Year. Our next category is a special one in a pandemic year, is for Retail Broker of the Year. We have 3 nominees in this category who incredibly brokered 47 transactions with over $200 million in value. The 3 nominees for Retail Broker of the Year are Anne Marie LaRocco Joel of Ritchie Commercial. She had a stellar year, including a spectacular $81 million retail sale in Sunnyvale. And happy to see another woman amongst the nominees. The other nominees are John Machado of Colliers, a name familiar to all of us, and Matthew Sweeney of Newmark Knight Frank. Again, 47 transactions, $200 million amongst these 3 nominees. And the winner of the Retail Broker of the Year from the ASVB is John Machado of Colliers. John is a consistent deal maker. He had over 20 deals with $68 million in value in 2020. John, congratulations, and please give us your thoughts.
Honored to be the recipient of the 2020 Retail Broker of the Year Award. As we all know, this past year was challenging on all fronts, and so many have been impacted very profoundly. Fortunately, throughout the difficulties, I was able to assist my clients and deal with the uncertainties that were presented. I'm looking forward to 2021 and hopefully seeing everyone in person. Thank you, and wishing a better year for all.
Thank you, John, for your comments, and congratulations again, John Machado of Colliers, for receiving the Retail Broker of the Year award at this 45th annual event. The next part of our segment is the most important part. So the purpose of this event, along with recognizing the great achievements of our fellow brokers, is to raise money for the community in need in Silicon Valley. We started this some 20 plus years ago through the efforts of the board and the membership of the ASVB, and we've raised over $2.2 million collectively. And this year, John Yandel, who really heads up our charity efforts, is going to give us a summary of where we are this year with our fundraising efforts. So I want to turn the floor over to John Yandel of Newmark Knight Frank.
So I know we're all tired about hearing how bad 2020 was. However, for our charities, unfortunately, it was even worse. Contributions were down 50% and the requests for services increased. We chose these charities 20 years ago because they were local, they were small, and people that we felt we could help. These are all groups that don't significantly benefit from federal or state funding. The good news is you guys stepped up again big this year. Together, we collected over $120,000. The charities and the board, thank you very much for your contributions. In our platinum group, our top group, we have a lot of the same people who've given year after year. Orchard Commercial, miss you, Joe. Sobrato Development, Lane Partners, and the J. Paul Company. Thank you, guys. In our gold division, we have Tennisketter Development, Ellis Partners, Related Santa Clara, CBRE, Newmark, DWS, Swenson, Divco West, Pacific Ridge Builders, Phil Mahoney, and Irvine. So together, we accomplished our goal this year. So another shout out to Jeff Arriaga and Gary Dillabo, who in the beginning of the pandemic formed SJ Ship Kits. To date, they've collected over $760,000 to provide 19,000 kits to the local community, which include over 1,300,000 pounds of produce alone. So thank you guys for that effort. Here's a short video that summarizes our charity event this year. Okay, next up is Drew Arve, who will present the rest of the awards tonight. Will somebody get a mask on Drew in between segments?
What? I'm wearing a mask.
No, Drew, wrong mask.
Oh, sorry. There was one segment in 2020 of our market that actually did quite well. In fact, may have even had more business because they were trying to cope with the COVID crisis. They were all essential, and they drove about 8.2 million square feet of industrial demand. The three of them combined accounted for 4.2, basically half, of the industrial demand. The other thing that's a little bit miraculous, despite all the challenges that we faced in 2020, if you compare the industrial demand to the demand of 2019, a non-COVID year that was seen by most as a pretty strong market, we had 200,000 square feet more in 2020, a major accomplishment by any measure. Our three finalists are Ben Knight of CBRE, Rob Shannon, also of CBRE, and Chip Sutherland of CBRE. Certainly a strong showing by that group of folks. And the winner is Chip Sutherland. Chip accomplished 63 deals during 2020, an amazing accomplishment in and of itself. He was involved in 2 million square feet of transactions, and the value was just under $300 million. Chip, an amazing accomplishment, and we'd love to hear your views on 2020.
Hello, ASVB. Excited to hear I was named Industrial Listing Broker of the Year. We had a great year in the industrial business. I'd like to thank many of the clients we worked with, including Prologis, Stockbridge, Trammell Crow, Overton Moore, Invesco, LBA Realty, and McCarthy Ranch. But honestly, much of the credit goes to all of you who exceeded all expectations shopping online. So we would encourage you to continue shopping online. It makes life great in the industrial business. Thank you.
Come on, Drew.
You said a shield, doggone it. Sticking with industrial, our procuring industrial broker of the year also had an outstanding year with their tenant rep approach. They too drove close to 2 million square feet of activity and had incredible performances. The three nominees, Chris Shepard, CBRE, another outstanding performance that was involved in several of the landmark transactions was Walt Stevenson of Cushman & Wakefield. And the third nominee is Chip Sutherland, another stellar year of performance. And the winner of industrial procuring is Chris Shepard, CBRE. Chris did 16 transactions in 2020, about 650,000 square feet at a value of over $100 million. Chris, congratulations. Share some of your thoughts with us about your incredible year.
Thank you, ASVB, for the great honor of winning this award. I guess nothing wraps up 2020 like an office R&D broker winning Industrial Procuring Broker of the Year, but I'm grateful for the opportunity. Just a couple quick thank yous. I'm not allowed to mention many of my client names, so instead I'll thank CEO Timur Tessimer of Overton Moore Partners and CBRE All-Star Chip Sutherland for their partnership on my largest industrial deal of the year. I'd like to thank CBRE Management, Mark Schmidt, Kirsten Grotto, and Andrew for your help and support. I'd like to thank Tom and Matt Taylor for teaching me all of their knowledge about the industrial market. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my wife, who makes all this possible and puts up with my 24/7 work schedule. Thanks again. Look forward to seeing everyone soon in person.
Some people have accused me of being old school. Well, look again. I'm going digital, and I have my protection in place. It's no surprise that the number of deals, or deal velocity, was down in 2020. Most brokers saw a decline in activity of between 50 to 60%. However, bucking the trend, our three nominees together managed to do 4 deals a week. 221 deals between the three of them. The three nominees are Susan Gregory from Colliers, a familiar face to this category. Chip Sutherland, CBRE, another broker that finds a way to get things done. And Mike Thompson from Cushman & Wakefield, a deal machine, regardless of the circumstances. And the winner is Mike Thompson of Cushman & Wakefield. In an amazing accomplishment, when most people had their clients sitting on the sidelines, Mike did 102 deals in 2020. If we can get Mike to get off the phone long enough to give us an acceptance speech, we'll hear a little bit about his year in 2020.
Hey fellow brokers, what can I say? 2020 has been one of the most challenging years of my career. Thank you for recognizing me for the most listing transactions. It is an honor to receive this, and I wish you all the best. Oh my God, does this jacket make me look fat?
Hello, I'm Drew, your host for the next category, most deals from a procuring agent. Just like most deals from a listing agent, most deals from a procuring agent, a tenant rep, also saw significant setbacks in the past year. But our three nominees managed to collectively do 180 transactions. An incredible feat. Our first nominee is Gabe Regalado from Newmark Knight Frank. Our second nominee, Chip Sutherland, CBRE. And our final for most transactions on a procuring side is Mike Thompson, Cushman & Wakefield. And the winner is, congratulations, Mike Thompson, as being not only the most listing transactions, but also having participated in the most procuring. Great job. And again, Here are some comments from Mike Thompson.
Hi everyone, Mike Thompson here. Thanks for recognizing me for the most procuring transactions. Some of you have been probably wondering what the key to my success is. Hey, it may not work for everyone. Thank you.
We hope you've been enjoying the awards presentation. And again, our congratulations to all the nominees and the winners. We're going to talk a little bit about the office leasing world in the next two awards categories. And we thought we'd go into one of the more substantial rehabs of a historic building in downtown San Jose at 2 West Santa Clara Street. And this will give you a good panorama of some of the exciting renovations and new projects being built in this heart of the downtown San Jose historic neighborhood. Downtown San Jose has a very bright future, and in the latest CBRE study was considered one of the #1 metro markets for future office development and investment. So thank you again, and Drew, have at it.
Thank you, Mark. Navigating the challenges of COVID require a strong and savvy broker. Our three nominees in the office procuring category, they managed to ink 118 transactions for 1.5 million square feet. They demonstrated that never say die attitude and pushed a lot of deals over the finish line. A great accomplishment, and congratulations. The three finalists are Jeff Houston, CBRE, Mike Thompson, Cushman & Wakefield, and Tenny Tsai, also of Cushman & Wakefield. Great performances by all, and the winner is Tenny Tsai, Cushman & Wakefield. Tenny participated in one of the landmark transactions in a sale between the Sobrato Company and an investor that she brought to the table. It was a tough deal, and she had lots of competition, but she managed to get it done. And now, Tenny, if you'd share your thoughts on this amazing award.
Wow, this truly is a pleasant surprise. 16 years ago, I had the honor of receiving the Michael Murphy Award. At that time, I thought it would be the only award I will ever receive from ASVB. To be named the Broker of the Year during the pandemic, and after having just overcome some pretty serious health issues, it's a true testament to how God has blessed my life. I want to thank my clients for their complete trust and confidence in me over the years. One trusted me in doing all the due diligence in purchasing 6 buildings, sight unseen. Of course, thanks for my family's forever patient with me. And importantly, I want to thank the administrative support team at Cushman. They are the best. Finally, to all the brokers out there that I have worked with in the past, you were and continue to be my teacher. Thank you, ASVB. It has been an extraordinary year. Even with bad, it has been good. I hope we'll carry that with us for the years to come. Thank you.
Office R&D is typically one of our most celebrated categories, but the analysts agree that in 2020, between 50 to 60% of the tenants that normally fill these buildings moved to the sidelines because of the order for their employees to shelter in place. While most tenants were pleading for the landlord to give them a break or at least postpone their rent, our three finalists inked 109 transactions combined, 3 million square feet, and $1.7 billion in value. The finalists for Listing Office Broker of the Year are Steve Horton, Cushman & Wakefield, Mike Rosenden, Colliers, and Vincent Scott, CBRE. And this year's winner is Vincent Scott. Vincent, congratulations. Vince was involved in 43 transactions, 1.6 million square feet, and close to $1 billion in value. And now we'll hear from Vincent on his 2020.
Good afternoon. Thank you for this lovely award. I'm here with my at-home assistant. It's been a very interesting year, but I wanted to say thank you to all my listing partners, my great clients, and the wonderful management team at CBRE. Definitely excited to get out of the house and back to the office. But in the interim, we will enjoy what we got here and look forward to a brighter next year. So thank you all very much. I really appreciate it.
This mask represents most of my year in 2020. Investments. Despite the challenges of 2020, including lender adverse risk and traditional underwriting challenges, the 3 finalists this year had historic production, given any year, let alone one that was challenged, proving that good tenants in good real estate are still in high demand. In a combination of 30 transactions totaling 5 million square feet and close to $2 billion, let me repeat that, $1 billion, these 3 nominees had an incredible production in 2020. Somebody forgot to tell them that there were challenges. The 3 nominees are Joe Moriarty of CBRE, Edmund Najira from Newmark Knight Frank, and Joe's partner, Scott Prosser, also from CBRE. And the winner is Joe Moriarty and Scott Prosser, a team that did over 18 transactions, 3 million square feet, and $1 billion. That's a career for some people, folks. Congratulations to Joe and Scott. And now, let's hear from these fantastic brokers.
I want to thank the ASVB for this award, and I want to congratulate the other award nominees and award winners on a great year. I also want to thank my partners, Scott Prosser, Jack Depew, Russell Ingram, Brad Zampa, and Mike Walker, as well as all the other members of our team on working so hard this year. I want to thank our clients for trusting us in executing their transactions. And I want to thank all the people that work at CBRE. It's a great company to work for, and I really appreciate the time that I get to work with you.
Well, thank you to the ASVB for this award. I know 2020 was a very challenging year for everybody, both personally and professionally. And so hopefully everybody's hanging in there. I would like to say congratulations to all the other winners and nominees for 2020. Great work in a challenging year. I'd also like to thank my partners, Joe Moriarty, Russell Ingram, Jack Depew, Brad Zampa, and Mike Walker, and our entire Northern California Capital Markets team. And also all my colleagues in the San Jose CBRE office for all the great work. So thanks again, and stay safe, stay healthy, and brighter days ahead.
I know what you're thinking. Good grief, is this thing almost over? Well, you're in luck. Only 3 more categories, so let's get to it. The multiple category is a very interesting one, incorporating several different categories. In an age of specialization, there are a few skilled experts that can do it all. We're not surprised to see their names in a large office transaction or a major last mile warehouse. Building sales, land sales, participating in an investment, probably in a building that they leased. This category considers the entire body of work over the course of a year. Don't tell these guys that 2020 had challenges. Combined, they were involved in 210 transactions and over 11 million square feet, valued at $2 billion. For some people, that's a successful career. Even our hallowed Hall of Fame requires 20 years in the business and a minimum transaction value of $1 billion. Who are these titans of the multiple category? Also, who's who in our business. Vincent Scott, CBRE. Walt Stevenson, Cushman & Wakefield. And rounding out our 3 finalists are Chip Sutherland of CBRE. And the winner of this very prestigious award is Chip Sutherland of CBRE. Chip handled 71 transactions and over 4 million square feet that he was involved in, with values totaled at $400 million. An amazing accomplishment, let alone in a year like last year was. Congratulations to Chip Sutherland. Chip, would you share a few of your thoughts with us?
Hello, well, it looks like I'm back. Excited to hear I won the Multiple Categories Award, and I'd like to thank Mark Schmidt, Kirsten Grotto, and Andrew Eisenberg for assembling a great team at the CBRE Silicon Valley office, which enables us to work on a lot of fun projects. Take care.
All right, I'm done clowning around. This next category rewards the transaction or transactions that had the most impact on our market. And this one's a real winner. In our Deal of the Year category, we typically identify a single transaction. However, occasionally when a major tenant does multiple deals, we sometimes award the sum total of their impact on our market. This year, Amazon, with their fulfillment centers and growing demand in Silicon Valley, has to be recognized. Amazon accounted for over 2.2 million square feet in 2020. While they raced to keep up with the market demand, I know that my wife contributed to Amazon's strong demand for space. In recognition of multiple developers that stepped up to meet that demand and represent a piece of that 2.2 million square feet, are the following development groups. Overton Moore in partnership with Invesco, Prologis, Piedmont Partners, Seafried Industrial Properties, Storage Pro of San Jose, South Point Business Park, San Jose Scottish Rite Foundation, Duke Realty, and Bridge. Congratulations to these landlords who together accounted for what is the largest impact on our market in 2020. We've already said that this was a unique transaction. In fact, it was 10 transactions that made up the 2.2 million. Walt Stevenson of Cushman & Wakefield and David Wright of KBC Advisors were involved in 6 of those transactions, and Rob Shannon and Chip Sutherland from CBRE participated in the largest. Due to confidentiality, acceptance speeches were restricted, but congratulations to Amazon and all those who participated. It was a prime effort. If anything is essential in 2020, it's the developers that make the difference for all of us in brokerage and build the buildings that allow the tenants to grow in Silicon Valley and make this such a dynamic market. In 2020, those most essential people were nominated for Developer of the Year. In alphabetical order, Dollinger, Duke Realty, Federal Realty, Four Corners, Harvest Properties, Hines, Hunter Properties, Irvine, J. Paul, Lane Partners, Overton Moore in partnership with Invesco, Peary and Arriaga, Prologis, Sobrato, South Bay Properties, Steel Wave, Swenson, Tennisgetter, LBA, and Sandhill Properties. A prestigious list to be certain. And in 2020, based on major transactions, the winner of this year's 2020, our 45th annual Developer of the Year, is Overton Moore in partnership with Invesco. Overton Moore is one of the most successful developers in the country. He's specializing in real estate development, acquisition, master planning, marketing, asset management, property management, construction management. They are active in industrial, self-storage, office, mixed-use projects. The hallmark is their local market expertise and their deep and trusted relationship with tenants and brokers alike. They also have strong institutional relationships, as evidenced by the success with the partnership with Invesco. Invesco is one of the leading financial partners and advisors in the country and a stalwart on the Fortune 500. Please join me in congratulating 2020's Developer of the Year, Overton Moore, in partnership with Invesco. Congratulations.
Hi, on behalf of Overton Moore Properties, we are humbled and honored to receive the Developer of the Year Award for Pacific Commons South from ASVB. I'd like to thank the entire OMP team who worked tirelessly on this project, including Michael Johnson, Jim Middlemas, Kelly Lynch, and Debbie Jones. I'd also like to thank Invesco Real Estate, our partner on this project, for believing in our vision and our business plan for this asset. Thanks also to CBRE and the team, including Rob Shannon, Chip Sutherland, Deanna Rivas, and Bob Ferraro, for first bringing us this opportunity, and secondly, doing a terrific job on pre-leasing 75% of this project. PCS is a wonderful accomplishment for OMP, developing one of the largest projects over the past 20 years in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's everything we dreamed about, creating our own neighborhood with striking architectural treatment and landscaping, and having the best of class customers. Thank you again for nominating and selecting Overton Moore Properties as Developer of the Year.
Hi, Kevin Pirzoli here, and on behalf of Invesco Real Estate, I wanted to say thank you to the ASVB for selecting us as Developer of the Year for 2020, along with our partner, Overton Moore Properties. We would have not been here without them. They've done a tremendous job of shepherding our project through an entitlement process and all the initial success we've had leasing this asset to as well. So huge thanks to Teamer, Michael, Jim, and Kelly. They've been fantastic to work with and a true trusted partner on the West Coast. A special thanks to our CBRE team, Rob Shannon, Chip Sutherland, Bob Ferraro, Deanna Rivas. You guys have been just as instrumental in making this project a success, so we appreciate your efforts to date. Invesco's got over 3.5 million square feet here in the Valley, so our relationships with the brokers are of utmost importance. And we want to have you guys continue to be a success of our project. So thank you again for all that you do. Once again, I just want to reiterate that, how much we are appreciative that you guys selected us for this award. And hopefully next year we'll be able to do this in person and celebrate sometime very soon. So again, thank you and have a great day. Bye.
Congratulations to not just the nominees and winners, but to all of you that fought your way through 2020. And thanks for sticking with us. I hope that you've enjoyed our virtual presentation of awards. As we sought to add a little entertainment, we poked fun at wearing masks and tried to find the lighter side of what the pandemic has forced us to do in our day-to-day lives. But make no mistake, ASVB takes the risk of COVID-19 very seriously and strongly endorse and encourage everyone to be safe, wear your mask, observe social distancing, and protect yourself with the vaccine when you're eligible to get it. We all look forward to a less restrictive future when we can return to the dynamic that is Silicon Valley. And oh, by the way, if you're willing to stick around for a few minutes at the end, some of the outtakes and mistakes are pretty funny. Mark Ritchie will now close us out.
Thank you everyone for attending this 45th annual ASVB Awards event. We look forward to seeing you next year in 3D. And thank you especially to all of our donors and sponsors for helping us raise money for these worthy charities. Thanks and have a great year. See you next time. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. ASVB 45th annual. Hit it. And now that I'm properly protected and 6 feet from the camera, let's go on to the next category. Frog in my throat there. I can't see, my glasses are fogging up.
In our top group, the platinum group, we have
Strike one.
Richie told me that a chimpanzee could do this presentation.
Inspiration.
Ellis,
Steve right 2. Okay, I'm done clowning around. Our procuring broker of the year. Our procuring broker of the year. Okay, I got it. I'm wearing a mask. I need something after that.
once again, Orchard Commercial, Ellis,
Steel right 3, you're out of here.